brutal knockout, puts his lights out in front of Trump.
Good job. You did a great job, Topuria.
Use code Crowbar and get 10% off your visa.
Get 10% off your visa, and it'll go straight to my bank account.
Straight to Israel.
The judges are ready. The fighters are ready. The world is ready. YouTube, make some noise if you are ready for Combat Crowbar.
Assalamu alaikum, my brothers. Today, we're making a video predicting UFC Freedom 250, Topuria versus Gaethje. My name is Omar, and I'm joined with Landon.
Yo, what's up, guys?
And before we get started, let's just talk about this. I have tickets to the event. I'm going to be there. I'm going to be at the Fan Fest.
Yeah, did the incoming Crowbar vlog, potentially? Probably not, but like, hey,
Maybe.
who knows?
We'll see. Maybe it's in production. But, we'll see what happens. We'll see what happens. I might drop something. Without further ado, let's get started. First fight on the 7-fight card, Diego Lopes versus Steve Garcia. This is a banger. It should have been Diego versus Yair. I think that's what everyone wanted to see. That's what the fans want to see. But this is not bad. Diego Lopes coming off his second Volk fight. It's not over. There's going to be another one soon. Right before Volk retires, they're going to give him another one. Steve Garcia coming off of a David Onama KO. Round 1 KO. This guy's a knockout artist. They're both knockout artists. I mean, we can't forget Diego Lopes' KO of Gene Silva. This is why I pick him. He's just a better fighter overall. I think he's faced better opponents, more trustworthy. I mean, he beat Dan Ige, beat Brian Ortega, beat Gene Silva, as I said earlier. He just has so many good names under his belt. Had a close fight with Volk, the first fight. Almost knocked him out.
This fight with Evloev in his debut, short notice.
Exactly. And Evloev is, you just got to take Diego Lopes here. I mean, I know Steve Garcia, he's a great knockout artist, but I think Diego Lopes is going to give him a run for his money. I either see it being a KO, somehow he finds his chin, he knocks him out, or I could also see it going to decision, maybe potentially even being the fight of the night.
This is a banger from the matchmakers. These are two big featherweights. I mean, Lopes 5'11", Garcia 6 foot. You always get banger fights when you got tall people who are big for the division going at each other. And I mean, stylistically, it's great. You know, both these guys are, exciting. They're knockout artists, like you said. Steve Garcia, I mean, he's been unbeatable since late 2022. He has wins over Chase Hooper, who, we've seen have some decent wins recently. Like you said, David Onama, he's got a Calvin Kattar win. So this is a guy who's got a lot of momentum, who's really good, who I think is going to give Diego Lopes a really tough fight. But I got to go Diego here. He's just a bit more proven at the top level of the division. Like you said, wins over Silva, the close fights with Volk and Mavzar. I think he's a more well-rounded fighter. I think he's a more experienced fighter at the higher level of the division. And I think that's going to show in this one. He's going to get the win.
Bo Nickal versus Kyle Daukaus. This fight, when I first saw this, I was like, why are they making this fight? I think Nickal maybe should get a higher level opponent. They could have given him a little bit of favoritism here, especially after a third round knockout at 322. Kyle Daukaus, not a bad opponent, but I just think he's winning this. I think he's pretty much got in the bag. I think he could just straight up KO him. Kyle Daukaus has been KO'd multiple times. He's been KO'd by Eric Anders, Roman Dolidze. He took Kevin Holland to a draw. This guy's not beating Bo Nickal. I think Bo Nickal's got this one, either by decision or by KO.
Daukaus it's kind of weird because obviously he was out of the UFC for a while. After like you said, after those losses to Anders, he has come back and beat Michel Pereira, which at the time maybe looked like a decent win. Now it's not so much, right? And, he's dangerous. He's not a terrible fighter, like you said. I think it's a solid matchup for Nickal. It's probably the best guy he's fought besides RDR. But he still should win here. Like you said, by knockout. Nickal's got kind of underrated power. His striking is really unorthodox and goofy, but when he lands big. I think Daukaus is somebody you can easily put away. So while I do think there's a window here for Daukaus to actually get the win, I just don't see it though, because he's more of a submission guy, and it's going to be really hard to submit a wrestler like Bo Nickal. So I do think he might be a little underrated in this one. Nickal still should get the win and continue to move up, and hopefully after this one they give him a top 15 opponent.
Mauricio Ruffy versus Michael Chandler. Iron Michael Chandler, the freaking barbarian. Come on. He will get knocked out.
You knew he was going to be on the card.
You knew he was going to be a card. He's the all-American guy. You know, the UFC loves him. He was the first guy to have Dana White privilege, you know, coined by Tony Ferguson.
You got Dana White privilege.
He's a great guy. You got to like him. He has 2 black sons, but he's getting KO'd. It will be over for him. I mean, this is just a very bad matchup for Michael Chandler. I know he has Dana White privilege, but this is Dana White disprivilege when you're looking at the matchup here. I mean, Mauricio Ruffy, he's a knockout artist. He's known for knocking people out. He's knocked out the likes of Bobby Green.
He just fought Fiziev.
Yeah, he KO'd Fiziev. I forgot about that one. He can't lose right now. He did lose to BSD, but he's not going to lose to Michael Chandler. This is the lock. He will knock him out. And Michael Chandler, it's going to be crazy first round. He's going to rush through. He's going to, throw some crazy shots, but then he will get dropped. He'll either hit him with a kick, a hook, a jab, something, and it's going to drop him up against the cage. He's going to crumble, and Mauricio Ruffy is going to rain down with ground and pound, and it'll be over. That's how I see it ending.
Yeah, and this is another great fight, though, I think. Even though we think Ruffy's going to win, it's going to be very entertaining. Every Michael Chandler fight is, even when he's going to lose, he puts on a show. And, he's unpredictable. He's really like a dynamite kind of fighter. Like, he can beat anyone, it seems like. I mean, he almost knocked out Charles Oliveira after being down 4-0 in their last fight. He almost knocked him out in the first fight, too.
Yeah, that's what I was thinking. And he had a pretty close fight with Poirier.
He didn't have a close fight with Poirier. I mean, he's just the type of guy who can beat anyone. He can come out of nowhere and shock you. And I actually think this could happen where, like, Ruffy gets hit pretty hard and the announcer's going crazy. Joe Rogan's making noises you've never heard come out of him before. Oh! And it's just like nothing. But Ruffy's going to win this one. I think it's going to be fun. I think Chandler's going to make any fight he's in exciting. He's going to probably land some hard shots. He's going to have some antics in the octagon to make it exciting. But in the end, the better fighter's going to prevail. Ruffy's going to become a star off of this when he's fighting at the White House against a big-name fighter. This is going to be a good launching pad for him heading into some top 10 matchups, and I'm really excited for this one. This is also going to be my lock at the card. I think Ruffy's going to knock him out. Speaking of antics in the octagon,
they both have crazy antics in the octagon, so this would be perfect. And you never know which version of Hokit you're going to see. I'm gonna have to lean towards Hokit just because of what we saw him do with Curtis Blades. He did get caught a couple times. You can't get caught like that with Derrick Lewis. And also, Derrick Lewis is known for dismantling these hype trains. He did it with Taliesin Teixeira before. I don't know. I just see Hokit winning. He's undefeated right now. He's on the come up. He just has so much hype behind him. He's in America. He's all American himself. It's just hard seeing him lose. This is another great fight. It definitely elevated the card. The card went up from a 7 to an 8. Just because of that fight.
This might be, I don't want to say it's my favorite matchup of the card, just like stylistically, but if there's a fight that I'm looking forward to outside of the title fights, it's this one. I mean, what a fight this could be. Hokit, I think, is a guy everybody thought was corny. He was kind of, I don't know if I want to say a villain, but, he wasn't really well liked.
A heel.
Yeah, he was a heel, you're right. WWE term, he was a heel. Then he went out there and put on the greatest heavyweight fight I've ever seen. I don't know about you if you agree with that statement.
No, I agree.
That definitely changed a lot of people's opinions on him. He's exciting. He wants to go out there and fight. It's kind of rare nowadays you find fighters sometimes instead of just mixed martial artists. If you get what I'm saying, people are just going out there to beat people up. And I think Hokit's one of them. I think Derrick Lewis is one of them. So I think we're in for a really good one. Like you said, Hokit, he can't really go in there all reckless like he did with Blades because Derrick Lewis, he's all-time knockout leader. Those shots that he was getting caught with Blades probably put him down with Derrick Lewis. So that does really scare me with this matchup for him. I am going to lean towards him, though, because I think Derrick Lewis at his age is a little bit chinny. We've seen he kind of gives up if he starts taking too much damage, and I think Hokit's going to put the pressure on him. He's going to test his cardio, which we know Derrick Lewis doesn't have great cardio, and I'm going to take Hokit by round 2 knockout here. I would watch out for Derrick Lewis to catch him coming in. I think this is a fight that could get ended very quickly on either side.
Yeah, and speaking of, fighters that have been in the greatest heavyweight fights of all time, talking about Josh Hokit versus Curtis Blades, have you seen Derrick Lewis versus Francis Ngannou?
That is another one of the greatest heavyweight fights ever.
That's the greatest fight in the world. I mean,
that or Esparza versus like Rose, right?
These heavy forces, unstoppable force meeting a what's the other one?
Unmovable object.
Immovable object. That's what happened in that fight, and it was great, man. Top 1 fights of all time.
Well, I was gonna say I expect the same here, but I really don't want the same to happen.
It'll be a banger. I think it will be a banger. Sean O'Malley versus Aiemann Zahabi. This is a very tough fight to pick. These guys are both, I think, right now in their prime. We just saw Sean O'Malley beating Yadong, which was one of the best prospects in the bantamweight division. Aiemann Zahabi, he's another up-and-comer. He just beat Marlon Vera. I was about to say Marlon O'Malley. He is Marlon O'Malley because he's Sean O'Malley's son, but beat Jose Aldo as well. He's on a crazy streak. I'm going to have to count this. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Ooh, 6, 7. He's on a 7-fight winning streak. That's crazy. I just have to lean towards him. The way he fights, his defense just seems too impenetrable. I feel like his defense is just so unorthodox, where he brings one of his arms up and then one of his arms horizontally, you know what I mean? It's really weird. I feel like that can get through Sean O'Malley's striking. Correct me if I'm wrong, but he has the grappling as well, right?
Oh yeah,
we could check
he's a solid
this.
grappler. He's a decent grappler. He doesn't like get takedowns, but he's a good defensive grappler, and like when he's on the ground, he can do a little work.
I think he could take it all the way. He could take it to decision. It's just a 3-round fight. He's done this before. You know, he's Aiemann Zahabi. His brother is GSP's coach, Perez Zahabi. You think he's gonna lose with that, bro? Sean O'Malley's, you can't underrate him. You can't forget about him. He has the potential to win. He's trying to get the belt back, but he doesn't have the same fire that he had before. This isn't the same Sean O'Malley that beat Marlon Vera, that beat Aljamain Sterling, that had a robbery over Petr Yan. This isn't that same Sean O'Malley. But you know, Aiemann Zahabi, he's had a few robberies himself. I think it's the Zahabi era. We are in the Zahabi era. I think he's gonna win. We're gonna have a Canadian winning at the White House.
Yeah, Zahabi. I mean, it's undeniable the streak he's on. He's been great for a while. You know, he's a dangerous guy. We know that. I can't really overlook that his last couple of fights, he got a split decision over Cheeto. A lot of people thought he lost it. He got a unanimous decision over Aldo in a fight that a lot of people thought he lost. If you remember that fight when he got kicked in the head really hard, right? That was a really good fight, really close fight. So I mean, he's going to really close fights. You know, not getting wins that are, you know, for sure statement wins. He's not making it obvious that he's better than, you know, a Cheeto Vera, who, you know, has not been good for a long time. It feels like hasn't been good, and he's not getting a statement win over an older Jose Aldo who wasn't really at the top of the division either. So it's a bit worrying for me. O'Malley, you know, like you said, he isn't got the same fire underneath him, but he also has only lost to Marab as of recent, right? And this is a guy who's really good at picking his shots. He showed everyone that he was still elite in the Song fight. I think he gets the win here. I think Zahabi maybe is getting too good of a matchup for what he's shown so far. I would have liked to see him fight somebody more around his range in that like 5 to 9 before having to go against O'Malley. It's a good opportunity for him. I expect him to make it close. I expect him to be competitive, but in the end, I think O'Malley's just going to be better.
Alex Pereira versus Ciryl Gane. This makes me sad because I would usually pick Alex Pereira, but he was on the cover of UFC 6. He's cooked.
The UFC cover curse video, go check it out.
Yeah, check that out. The UFC cover curse is undefeated. You can never walk away. You'll lose your belt somehow. I don't know, man. I really would want to pick Alex Pereira. You know what? I'll pick him. I'll pick Alex Pereira. I think he has the shamanistic abilities. He has the magic that Yuri Prohaska told us about.
Everybody knows he's working with some shamanics, with some shamans from his like hometown. He believes in some like spiritual help from them.
I think he can get past the cover curse. He was cursed before. He was hit by it once. And, you know, we've seen a pattern. Once you're hit by the cover curse, you get hit again. It happened with Izzy. I like how I'm just talking about the cover curse. There's no like...
There's no fight analysis.
Yeah. Forget the cover curse for a second. Alex Pereira's kicks. I think those kicks will favor him. I think he can kick Ciryl Gane at range. Once he does that, it'll open him up for, you know, some jabs. He loves throwing them body jabs. The jabs at the body, and you forget about his left hook. And then once you forget, you're already on the ground, you're waking up, and you see him towering over you, doing that emote where he points down at you with his hands, and it's already over from that point on. I think he's going to win. I think he's going to beat the cover curse. It's going to be legendary, and then he's going to shout out Tom Aspinall, Tom Aspinall, Shama, and then, come to Daddy, Alex Pereira. And then we're going to see Alex Pereira versus Tom Aspinall in New York City in Madison Square Garden. I'm not losing hope. Cover curse has not made me lose hope. I will still regain the hope that we will see Alex Pereira versus Tom Aspinall in Madison Square Garden, and I'm going to go there in person. Shama.
Oh man, this is such a good fight. It's probably my favorite of the year so far, just in terms of the style and what we could possibly see once they're actually in the octagon. Well, actually, let me start off with Gane. He's a great counter striker. We see that's how he kind of makes his mark. We saw it with Aspinall. We've seen it with some other fights he's had. And Alex is kind of, he's not really a counter striker as much as he is just a forward presser. And I think this gives Gane an opportunity to find shots and, maybe knock him out, sort of like how Izzy did back when they were fighting at middleweight. But I also like Alex, like you said, the leg kicks. I mean, he has a good chance to open Gane up. Gane is known for having terrible leg kick defense. We saw Alex exploit it with Ankalaev. He got him out of southpaw, which won him the fight, allowed him to set up a nice hook. So I think this is a really interesting one. I don't really know how it's going to go. It wouldn't surprise me either way if Alex were to, like you said, chop the legs and find the shot. It also wouldn't really surprise me if Gane were to hit the counter shot and knock him out. I think the difference in this fight is going to be that Alex Pereira is going to be 250 something pounds probably, and his chin is going to be a lot stronger than it's ever been before. He's going to be a lot more calculated, knowing that he's going against a bigger opponent who has power. And
I mean, talk about lighter man skill, man.
Talking about that with Alex sounds weird, but it really is true in this case.
This guy has like double lighter man skill.
Like Gane, we've all seen Gane. He bounces around. He's very technical. He's very fast for a heavyweight. I think he's gonna give problems to Alex, but the plot armor says Alex is gonna win. I used this logic with Yuri when I wanted to pick Olberg. I said the script said Yuri, and even though my brain is like pick Gane, the script is just saying Alex here.
That's literally that's perfect.
And we got to route with it again. Yuri Loki sacrificed himself. Actually, I shouldn't say that. Alex sacrificed Yuri to win this fight. He used his shaman magic, his black magic, his Aztec, whatever shaman thing you got. He sacrificed Yuri to give himself double plot armor to be able to survive Gane at heavyweight. He's going to win. He's going to become a triple champ, and he's going to be pushing for GOAT status after this win.
That actually makes sense that he sacrificed Yuri for this win to get to get in favor with the script, with the UFC script writers, you know what I mean?
He had to sacrifice Yuri to beat the cover curse.
That just fixes everything. Fixes all the plot holes. Because that was a big plot hole. I was wondering how they're going to fix it. That makes sense. And now he will obtain the belt and beat the cover curse. He'll be the only one to do it.
Talk about the script. There's no way the script writers let, at the White House, Ciryl Gane hold up a belt.
Yeah,
man.
after
poking Tom Aspinall in the eye. He doesn't deserve it. There's no way letting him have it. If this fight even goes to a decision somehow, there's no way he's getting it. He can win all 5 rounds clearly, and we're going to hear 48-47 Pereira on the mic.
Yeah, it's going to be a robbery. Alex Pereira will win by any means. Robbery, shaman magic. He might eye poke Ciryl Gane. I'd love to see Ciryl Gane taking an eye poke or two for a change, man. God knows this guy deserves it, man. After what he's put us through, man, on several occasions. With his constant fouling. What he did with John Jones, what he did with Tom Aspinall. I swear to God, bro, if he tries to eye poke Alex Pereira, man, I will go in the arena myself and I'll eye poke Ciryl Gane.
If this fight somehow ends in a Ciryl Gane eye poke and no result,
I'm gonna rile up the audience, and we're going to be like, get Ciryl Gane, we're gonna get him. I'm gonna have a rousing speech. We're going to do this.
That comment Loki just got the video flag.
Bro, they're gonna take my tickets. No one cares about Ciryl Gane anyways. I mean, he's barely even fighting. Like he goes
missing, they don't even know.
I doubt even France even cares. We're gonna send him packing, hey, we're gonna take him away. But yeah, this is all satire. For legal reasons, this will not happen. This is just a joke. Okay. On to the next fight. Ilia Topuria versus Justin Gaethje. The undefeated knockout artist in Ilia Topuria versus Justin Gaethje. He's just a Rufus. This guy's just straight up big Rufus. I can't believe he's getting one final title shot before he rides off into the sunset, similar to his brother Dustin Poirier. This is not looking too good for Big Rufus. This is the oldest version of Justin Gaethje, maybe the worst version of Justin Gaethje that we've seen. His performance against Patty, it wasn't bad at all. It was pretty good, but this guy is not Patty. Ilia Topuria is not Patty Pimblett. He's a different beast.
But are you a different animal and the same beast? What the f?
He's number 2 pound for pound. He beat the likes of Charles Oliveira, the likes of Max Holloway, of Alexander the Great Volkanovski. This is not a guy that Big Rufus can just dominate throughout the whole fight. If he wants to win this fight, he's going to have to get on top of the octagon, do a backflip, rolling thunder right on top of Ilia Topuria. That's the only way he can win. He's not going to win through, any regular means because Ilia Topuria is just too good. He's going to eventually corner him off against the fence and, start throwing crazy shots. Justin Gaethje, he's going to try to tank him, but there's going to be that one that takes him down. Just like when him and Max Holloway met in the center of the octagon and there was just that one punch that took him down, it's going to be the same with Ilia Topuria, except Ilia Topuria has like triple the power of Max Holloway. Yeah, I just don't see it ending any other way than Ilia Topuria knocking Justin Gaethje out in front of a large audience of people on the Epstein list.
For legal reasons, also a joke.
I mean, some of them actually are on the Epstein list, but But yeah, that's how I see it ending.
I don't know if you've seen the Gaethje edits that are being posted. They're trying to give everyone false hope. They try to get you excited, like how they did with Poirier and Makhachev. They get you believing that he's gonna do the impossible, but he's not. Poiria's got this. He's already on the greatest 3-fight win streak in the history of the sport. He's gonna make it the greatest 4-fight win streak after June 14th. Yeah, I don't see a real path for Gaethje to win this one, to be quite honest. Obviously, he's got the power. He's a good striker. He's a veteran. He knows how to win. He always finds ways to win, even when you count him out. But Ilia Topuria is just different. We've been talking about the script for multiple videos now. And the script just says this guy is going to run through everyone until he has to fight Makhachev. Nothing's going to get in his way. Nothing's going to stop him. He's going to knock Gaethje out probably in the first or second round. Gaethje's chin is a little bit questionable at times. He gets dropped a decent amount, even if he's not getting knocked out. But Topuria, he puts people's lights out. He's the real hardest hitting 145 and 155 pounder. Shout out Jeremy Stevens. Yeah, he's got this one. Gaethje might be able to make it fun, similar to Chandler and Ruffy. He's going to have his moments. He's probably going to land some good shots. He's going to make it an entertaining main event. But in the end, Topuria is inevitable. Gaethje's not the one to stop him.
Thanos.
The script says he's not going to do it. Topuria's got this one, man. By knockout. Brutal knockout. Puts his lights out in front of Trump.
Good job. You did a great job, Topuria. I really like this Topuria guy. He will not be deported. We need to give him an American passport with my face on it. Because you know how he has the passport with his face on it now.
Yeah. Hey, maybe if Topuria wins, permanent American citizen. He's going to take Gaethje's citizenship and send Gaethje to Georgia.
If you guys want, you can get 5% off on the Trump passport. Just use the code Crowbar.
Not legally binding.
Use code Crowbar and get 10% off on your Trump-based passport.
Use code Crowbar and get 10% off your visa.
Get 10% off your visa, and it'll go straight to my bank account.
Straight to Israel.
But yeah, I mean, this is a solid card overall. It was at a 7 before, but I think it's up to an 8 just from the Derrick Lewis Hokit fight. And also because I will be there. So, biased, of course. Well, hopefully I'm going to attend the fan fest, of course, not the real event, because I don't have the strings to get into there. I don't know, maybe I can try my Trump voice and they'll let me in.
Great card, like you said, probably 8.5 out of 10. And potential to be a lot better once the fights get going.
We'll see what happens. But yeah, peace out, guys.